My morning must-read is from Barry Ritholtz. He's writing in Bloomberg View, taking a look at what we all missed with Apple and then what we all missed again today with Deutsche Bank. He writes, how is it even remotely possible that Wall Street analysts have no idea what the biggest company in the world is doing? Neil Dutta, I know that you're not a stock picker, you're a macro guy. But, Barry Ritholtz writes about, the biases, that there's a bullish bias until too late, and then there's a bearish bias until too late. And do you feel like you have these as well? You get attached to a certain narrative about the economy, and then you got to stick with it?
I think for forecasting, it's important for people to focus on the batting average, so to speak, right? I mean, typically, there's actually academic research that shows, forecasters that get one big call right tend to be wrong about everything else. I just think that's, think about it that way. So
your trick is never get anything right.
Well, I think it's important. Forecasting's about weighing a range of probable outcomes and then picking your battles with the consensus wisely.
Get one big thing right, the John Paulson model.
Yeah.
Or in the economics arena, you know the names. Nouriel Roubini. Look, Tom will tell you, I was pretty cautious on the U.S. a couple of years ago, but, you have to switch as the data changes.
Yeah.
I think that there's always going to be critics,
but we also have a narrative bias. Jamie Metzl, do you get attached to certain, writers also get attached to certain narratives as well, right?
Yeah, well, you do, but the part of being, to be a thoughtful person in any field, you need to have your own views and your own hypotheses and then constantly bringing in data and making your best assessments. And I hope that all of us can have more than one thing right over the course of our lifetimes. But that's what we're doing here. That's why people are watching Bloomberg, is that we're challenging our narratives every day, and that's the way thoughtful
we had Mark Farber on earlier this week who said economists since 2001 have been right 12.7% of the time.
I think it's 12.7. I think it's 12.8.